In this video, I'm going to show you how to create expenses in Adbooks. Firstly, all we need to do is go to the bank module on the left hand side of the screen. Once we're in the bank module, all we need to do is set up an expense account. To do that, just go to the top right hand side of the screen and click the Add New Account button. All we need to do then to create an expense account, I'm just going to type in a name. So I'm just going to call this my expense account. You can name this however you want. So if you've got individuals with separate expense accounts, you can put their name in there, or it could be directors' expenses. So you can name the account as you wish. Once you've done that, all we need to do is hit the save icon at the top right hand side of the screen. And now in our bank screen, we can see our expense account has been added. To start recording transactions into the expense account, all we need to do is go to the View and Add button. Once we click on here, it will now give us the option at the top of the page to add in a new transaction. All we need to do is choose the date of the transaction and then what type of transaction it is. So if we click on the drop down box, we've got all of our various expense codes that we can post to. You can either use the menu bar on here and just choose, or if you know what it is, you can just type it in. So I'm just going to type in hotels. We can type in the comment in here. So I'm just going to put hotel in London. We can put the value, including VAT, in here. So I'm just going to say it was £200. And also the VAT rate, 20%. It will calculate the VAT and then just hit the plus icon on the right hand side of the screen. That transaction has now been listed in the bank, and then we will just continue that process. So again, just choose the date. I've got hotels, I've got travel in here. So this is going to be a train. So we're just going to say it's a train to Manchester, £150. And again, you can choose the VAT rate and then hit plus. And we would just continue that process and list all of our expense transactions within the expense account. At the bottom right, we can see that our expense account has got a balance of minus £350. And if you go to the bank screen on the left hand side, we can now see the expense account listed and the balance is minus £350. So we know that we're basically owed £350 worth of expenses. Once we need to clear that expense account off, all we need to do is at the top of the page, you've got the option to transfer money. If you click the transfer money button, all you need to do is put the date of the transfer at the top. We can put the amount in here. So the amount we're going to pay is £350. And then we're going to choose which account we're going to pay that from. So we're going to pay it from our business account and we're going to pay it to our expense account. And I'm just going to put in a comment in here to clear off expenses. And then all we do is just hit the transfer button. Once that's done, we can now see that in our business account, it's now changed to a balance of minus £90.95. And if I view and add, we can see that it's listed as the expense account and the date, and we can see that the transfer has taken place and money out is £350. And if we go back to the bank screen and scroll down to our expense account, we can now see our expense account has been cleared off and the balance is £0. And if we view and add those transactions, we can now see the transfer from the business account. We can see money coming in at £350 and we can see that's cleared off. We can then continue to add in new expenses as and when we need to within the expense account. And that's how easy it is just to manage expenses within Adbooks.